soon as Dave opens his mouth, everyone will know where he has spent the last few hours out on a very freezing cold football field.
Yeah, actually the last few weeks, and it's getting down to the exciting action, so I'm not going to miss it. If it's cold weather or wet, I am going to do there. The large section football final is getting underway tonight in Reading and in Chico. About 4,000 to 5,000 fans showed up at Shasta College to see if the Foothill Cougars could continue their Cinderella story. Mike Mangus covered that game tonight, and Mike joins us with the details in the newsroom. Mike, how did things go at Shasta College?
Well, Dave, we'll get right to the point here. The party is over as far as Foothill High is concerned, but what a party it has been. Scott, roll up those highlights and let's take a look at what happened at Shasta College. A real catfight between the Cougars and Panthers. Chico came to play. Will Fiac with his golden shoes there. Sure looked like it would be a high-scoring game from the opening kick. Foothill's Ty Young taking off down the far sideline. Only a saving tackle right there by the kicker. Damon Shea keeps him from going all the way. Opening drive, 4th and goal. The pitch back to Josh Williams. He's into the end zone. An 8-0 Foothill lead only 3 minutes into the game. Then on Chico's first possession, Shea, who is the quarterback, rolls to the near side, hits Brian Hay right there for a big gain down the near sideline, putting the Panthers in position to score. And that they do when Shea hits Eric Hayes crossing through the middle. The 2-point conversion failed. Foothill keeps the lead 8-6. The Cougars pride themselves on rarely making mistakes, but they had problems tonight. 4th down, a bad snap to Wes Johnson, the punter. Chico with great field position. The Panthers turn it into 3 when Shea comes on to boot a 20-yard field goal. Chico takes a 9-8 lead, and that was all the scoring. Second half, Foothill put together some drives, but they were short-circuited by turnovers. Jeremy Daglish throwing it to George Knox, who has the interception, and it stops any Foothill momentum later in the game. The Cougars driving again, but John Hilton stripped of the football. There's that guy again, Knox, pouncing on it. Knox, the player of the game tonight. Final minutes, Chico with the 4th and goal from the 1, but Foothill defense rallies to stop him, giving the Cougars one last chance here, but they couldn't get it done. On 4th and long for Foothill, Todd Carter comes roaring through for the sack that puts the exclamation point on the win. Chico 9 and Foothill 8 is your final. It was a big win by a school that was thought to be a big underdog.
Well, anytime you beat an undefeated team or a team that's the quality of Foothill, it's just a credit to our kids and how hard they've worked this season to get back on the right track and how hard they prepared for Foothill. Never let down their daughters, never thought that they were out of the game, even though people thought that Chico didn't have a chance against them. They never felt that way. They just worked hard all week and came out and played the best of their ability and let it all hang out.
It was a fun ride while it lasted, and I wish any coach could experience 2 years with the same group, 3 years with the same group and what we did, and the bonds that were here are like no bonds that I've ever experienced in football or athletics or anything. And I just thank the Lord for the opportunity to be with these kids and do the things that we've done and the memories that we have.
Just a good team, 11-1. We beat them. That's it. TV next week.
So it is going to be Almond Bowl 2 in Chico on Wednesday night. Let's go back to Dave now, who was at the PV Lassen game.
What a great season for the Foothill Cougars. Yeah, let's head out to Chico State to find out what happened between Lassen and Pleasant Valley. We head to Chico State. First quarter action, the Vikings running back. We're going to hand it off to Anasag Van Bonda to bust through the line of scrimmage, and he is off to the races until he is dragged down by Chip Goddard inside the Grizzly 10-yard line. But hey, that's when the Grizzlies defense would toughen up right inside the red zone. They hold PV 4 straight plays, so the game remains scoreless after 1 period. Second quarter action, Lassen goes to the air. Quarterback Brian Sherman finds Darren Higgins, who makes the grab and along the far sideline and takes it 90 yards for the score. After the 2-point conversion, the Grizzlies led 8-zip. With less than a minute to play, though, in the first half, Pleasant Valley comes marching right back. Vaughn Bambis finds some room along the outside, picks up to 25 yards before he is forced out at the 5-yard line. Next play, though, they give it to Van Bonda again. He finishes the drive by going right up the middle and right into your TV. Lassen led 8-6 at halftime. RPV in the second half, though, they go on to win it 21-8. They will advance to play in the North Section Championship game Wednesday night against Chico at Chico State. A couple other scores to get you caught up on in the Division 3A championship game. Live Oak beat Gridley 42-6. So they are the champions there. In Double-A finals, East Nicholas scored with 2 minutes to play, and they ended up missing the 2-point conversion, so they lose to Delta 20-19. And in the single-A championship, it was Maxwell defeating Williams 28-14. So that gets you all caught up on the high school gridiron. Let's talk a little NBA basketball. How bad does it get for the Sacramento Kings on the road? The Kings were in Minnesota tonight to take on the hapless Timberwolves, and they lost again. Let's go to the highlights at the Target Center in Minneapolis. Teamwork for the T-Wolves as Christian Leitner dishes the ball to Chuck Person, who tip passes the ball over to Michael Williams, who you just saw there, can the jumper. A great night for Kings guard Mitch Richmond. Takes the pass here from Randy Brewer, steps up from about 17 feet out, cans the jumper. 40 points on the night for Richmond. The Kings then working around to Lionel Simmons. The L-Train drives the paint, gets the floater to go, but that was about it for the Kings. They lose their 4th road game in a row. Tonight's final in Minnesota, 113-108. The Kings will now get set to come back home to take on the Chicago Bulls on Sunday night. Now let's take a look at the rest of the NBA scores. The Lakers lose on a Horace Grant tip-in with 1 second to play. Seattle remains unbeaten as Sean Kemp scores 24 and the Sonics win. Asa Green scores 31 points as Phoenix downs Portland 118-109. Charlotte leads the Central Division. They win again. The newly acquired Orlando Woolridge, he scored 25 points in the Sixers' victory this evening over the Utah Jazz. They played. Boston beat Orlando. I'm sorry, I know you can't see the scores there, but believe me, this is what happened. Boston, they beat Orlando despite 41 points by Shaquille O'Neal. Dennis Rodman was ejected in the Spurs loss to the Pistons. You see that one there. Detroit won that one 95-86, and the Hawks get 23 points from Kevin Willis, 21 from Dominique Wilkins, as the Hawks beat the Heat 95-92. And in NIT college basketball action tonight, the Cowboys, they fell tonight to Kansas 73-56. So we will be checking out more teams of the week. These nice awards by Martin, they've been nice enough to make these up for our team of the week. So we'll be looking each and every week for the terrific teams out there. I know there's a lot of them out there, and we'll be presenting them with this nice plaque each week.
Sounds great, Dave. Take you home and get you some orange juice or something.
Exactly.
We're going to take a quick break, but we have more news coming up in just a couple of minutes.